Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome, my gorgeous Aries. This is your December 2025 reading. This is for Aries Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided. I thank you so much for paying attention to your intuition. And some of you are certainly in love with an Aries. But understand that I read through my spirit guides, our spirit guides, so they know you're here. They probably even nudged you here. And matter of fact, that could be for everyone. That's how our guides work. And I am just the messenger. But I have a feeling we are about to get into quite an exciting reading. I feel it in my bones. And I'm going to do an actual spread for you. It's called the Celtic Cross. Um, I don't do it that often, but I definitely felt called to it for your reading. So we'll see. I just have a feeling we're going to be talking about love, but I hope we're also talking about your money and whatever else wants to grow. I want to remind you that December is a 3 month. That's the energy of gratitude. It's the energy of optimism, and it's also the energy of saying to divine, I know my blessings will come in, and I know they'll come in their divine timing. Putting that intention out there, I feel like does so much. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Even though I'm doing a spread, I still want to let Mother Mary open up your reading. And for the spread, we're going to use the Light-Seers Tarot. And then I have the Crystal Vision over here, all ready to go. If we feel like we need to clarify it, I say clarify it, but it's really to go a level deeper. And oftentimes I like to go deeper. So let's see what it brings us. I'm going to bring the lid down. Let's put the crystals over there. And let's start with Mother Mary. And then as I'm laying the spread out, I'll tell you what each position means. But for this moment, just relax your mind, open your heart, take some deep breaths. Mother Mary, my beautiful Aries, those intuitively guided. Truth. Truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. I'm lovingly honest with myself and others. Truth. So, Mother Mary says truth is going to be important this month. But I'm sure it's every month, but especially for this month. All right, so now we're going to use the Light-Seers, and I'm going to give them a quick shuffle. And again, they're all pre-shuffled. I just like to give them a shuffle with you here also. Let's give them a cut. Okay. So we're going to have 10 different positions. We're going to start with what's called the present. This is the current situation. Make sure my deck's in the upright. It is. We're going to put that right in the middle. Number 2 is your challenges. Any main challenge or obstacles. But it also can be what's supporting. So it can be what's getting in your way, but also what's helping. Put that right here. Number 3, your subconscious. Subconscious factors that are affecting a situation or different situations. Put that right here. Then we're going to look at your past. These are influences that led to number 1. Put that right there. Now we're going to look at conscious. So conscious influences, these are the things that you see, you can't deny. Maybe you don't want to, I hope. Number 6, your future, potential outcome, or even the direction to take. Put that right here. And then actually let me slide everything over so I have plenty of room. Okay, so number 7 is you. And that can talk about your strengths, your qualities, whatever it needs to tell you, it's going to tell you. Number 8, your external influences. That right there. Number 9, your hopes and your fears. It's your desires. It's what you hope comes around. But it can also be what may be standing in the way. So we'll put that there. And last but not least is the outcome, the potential outcome. I have to say potential because everyone has free will. So let's put that right there. And I'm going to slide these all up. Okay. And we will turn the deck over when we're done here. So, are you ready? I'm ready. Just let me grab a drink. I have a feeling I'm going to do a lot of talking. And we're going to start with the present. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But because this is your reading, this is you. Chances are, this is you. The first thing I notice about this queen is how she's connecting to above. And, it reminds me of Scorpio's energy, who is comfortable in light or shadow. Really has learned to balance them both. Other thing I notice is that little key around her neck. So, I have a feeling that key unlocks the door. As energy, this may talk about potential love. I often feel the Queen of Cups is someone who truly appreciates love. But I feel like for some of you, you are seeking guidance over that. So let's see. Let's see what crosses it. How about victory and success? How about you in the spotlight? It's almost like the spotlight is meant to be on you this month. As it relates to love, I feel like it's going to be very good. And I'm thinking of number 6. In numerology, it's all about relationships. I mean, there's many other meanings, but a big part of it is relationships. Yet, I don't want to take away from what else I'm feeling, and that is the spotlight being on you. So I feel like this feels like it's going to be an abundant month for you. And I feel like how she's connecting to above, it's like you're putting your intentions out there, your truth, and spirit is picking it up and answering it. Look at the spotlight. That's clarity. It's like the sun is on you. That's illumination. I mean, I love that you're in this victorious state. So, makes me wonder what was in the past, but we'll get there. Let's go to 3, the subconscious factors in this situation. Ooh, 8 of Swords. But do I trust? Do I believe? This is a self-created prison. This may be exactly why this queen is reaching to above, looking for divine intervention, so to speak. The Eight of Swords, that self-created prison, you are the only one who can uncreate it. Whoever created it is the only one who can uncreate it. And I have to say, I feel like the Eight of Swords is created when we're not really trusting our intuition. This is really where we're putting barriers around ourselves, blocks. But Spirit would tell you, put those walls down. Trust your intuition. This is how we speak to you, through your intuition, through numbers. No wonder when I saw that 6, first thing I thought of was relationships. So they are speaking to us through numbers. Even the 8, a new beginning. When this prison is uncreated, it's freedom, baby. It's freedom. So now I want to see what made you create that. So let's look at the past. Page of Wands. You may have taken a chance on something with someone, and it may not have paid off. But here's the thing. With the Page of Wands as energy, you're learning. I feel like the Page of Wands is my risk taker. And as a page, I'm learning, right? I'm going to get knocked off this horse, but I'm going to get back up again. And for some of you, that's what you're learning, how to get back up again. Not create these prisons. And the reason why you don't need these walls is because your intuition will guide you. And with these walls, it's very hard to receive your intuitive nudges. So I feel like don't beat yourself up, because I feel like you took a chance. Something may not have paid off, but something else feels like it did. So interesting. I feel like you had one thing in mind, and it may not have turned out so great, but something else seems like it's opening up or has opened up because of that. And I would rather you take a chance. This really is your younger energy, your inner child energy, and you really are the risk taker. Remember, you are the seed planter. You want to be planting those seeds, baby. And that's why you want to get back up on the horse again. Don't hide behind these walls. The spotlight is meant to be on you. You're being illuminated for a reason. I'm not sure what yet, but I have a feeling, listen, I feel like you're being illuminated completely. All right, well, let's look at the conscious influence. These are the things that you do know about. The 3 of Cups. Wow, that's joy. It is the energy of December. The meaning of the card is a reason to celebrate. But look at you down here. So this is the root of the energy. Here, will I still have a reason to celebrate? I don't know. Because I don't know that you would notice it or that you would appreciate it for what it is. Some of you may still have your mind focused on what didn't go right instead of what did go right. And again, for some reason, I'm feeling like a double type energy. Like one didn't go well, but that opened up something else. Will you allow? I feel like right now that's what it's asking. Will you allow? The 3 of Cups, like, don't be afraid. It is the energy of joy. It's meant to make your heart sing. And again, with that spotlight being on you, I feel like you're going to have magnetic energy this month. Like, I feel people are just going to be drawn to you. Opportunities are going to be drawn to you. So I feel like things are almost landing in your lap, but yet at the same time, it feels a little like a test. Like, will she or won't she? Will he or won't he? We're giving them the supportive energy they need, but will they uncreate that prison and set themselves free? Well, let's look at the future. 10 of Swords. Some of you have been in a repeated pattern. It may be a karmic pattern, like a karmic loop. It's interesting because I just did, I think 2 podcasts that talked, well, the first one was What is Karma? And the second one was about those who are in like karmic relationships, whether it be romantically or not. And I'll connect them at the end of your video for you. But that's what I'm feeling. Some may have been like in this karmic loop, and it almost feels like a test. And it would make sense with karma, right? Because you're the one who clears the karma. So it may be just the recognition. It tells me that for some of you, life hasn't been that easy lately. But that doesn't mean things aren't about to change. Keep in mind that we're moving into the year of the magician, the manifester, the clean slate. So if anything is coming to the surface right now, it's so you can clear it. It's so you can walk into this new chapter free and clear. It's so that you can celebrate what's meant to find you. And I feel like what's meant to find you will find you. What you do with it is going to be up to you, but I feel like it's going to find you. I'm going to slide these over. All right, so let's look at you. Well, hello, lovers. Wow. So number 1, card of Gemini. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision, and that could certainly be the case. But it's funny how I spoke about your energy and how I just felt like your energy was going to be captivating. Captivating. Well, someone else may be thinking that also. We have another 6. So again, potential relationship. But listen, if this is a case and this is new, even if it's old again, but not the 10 of Swords, then how you want to look at your past is, even though I've been through some hard things, what has it taught me? What was the lesson behind it? And for some of you, I feel like you've been clearing karma. And by the way, when you clear karma, you clear it for eternity. But you have to recognize it. You have to give it a name. Pain. I see you, pain. And now I want you to leave. The Lovers. Chemistry. Undeniable. All right, let's look at the external influences. 9 of Swords. That makes sense. I mean, we have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Swords, though, talks about unnecessary worry. You may be trying to control something that just can't be controlled. That's when you hand it over to divine. You have to address this, because if you don't, it can turn into depression, definitely sadness. But that means you're still hanging on to something that wants, or the universe wants you to let it go. But can I remind you of the potential of what is yet to be? And no wonder that queen is connecting to above. Her eyes are closed. She's not seeing it. She's feeling it. She has that special key around her neck. I feel like that key unlocks a door. And I feel like I know who's behind that door. And this may be so unexpected. It may freak you out a little, but in a good way. This worry, Divine would say, hand it over to me. Because this is worrying about things that you cannot control anyway. And I have a feeling. I don't have a feeling. I know it's of the past. I mean, you're feeling it now, but it's of a past situation. I feel like, jump back up on that horse again. Don't allow whoever was putting dagger after dagger in your back, take that power away. Take it away. And you don't take it away with the Eight of Swords. You actually allow it to fester. That's why we now have the Nine of Swords. You take it away by claiming freedom for yourself. All right, let's look at your hopes, your fears, your wishes. Seven of Pentacles. I want what is meant to be mine to be mine. I want what is meant for me to find me. Seven of Pentacles would say, have patience, my dear, because sometimes we're waiting on you. It would make no sense that we bring in a pentacle, which is part of your tree of life. And to me, often I feel is pre-planted if you're still in this energy, because chances are you would turn it down. If you're looking for a new beginning, this is what it offers. But these are your soul seeds of intention. Your soul seeds of intention. These are seeds that you planted, whether they were planted before you even came into this lifetime, or they could have been planted years ago. But it is talking about these seeds now come to fruition. Some of you, that's scary, but I have a feeling not for long. All right, let's look at the final outcome. Wow. Hello, Sun. Hello, Illuminator. Brand new day. Brand new year. You know, anything done in the dark will come to the light. And that's all you need to know. Or that's all you need to worry about. Well, I'm not even saying that right. There is no worry when the sun is out. That's the thing. Because you can see clearly now. The sun, the warmth, right? It's at your back. It illuminates the future, your present. It's mirroring the lovers. By the way, that is Leo's major arcana. I'll slide these up. See, I know you can't see them all. Okay. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Two of Swords. Well, Two Swords is potentially blocking an opportunity. This is a fear-based energy also. This is where someone has a blindfold on. And sometimes it's because it's something we don't want to face. You know, something may have come to an end. Maybe I didn't ask for it to come to an end. But yet it did. And I have to face that. But I want to face that because look at what's opening up. especially Mother Mary sending out truth, your truth. Queen of Wands underneath that. Well, that's you. That is your natural energy. And she is the risk taker. I mean, here's the younger version. Here's the current version. You know what I also love about this queen is she is just rising above the drama. She's in a yoga pose. She is calm, collected. She sees the truth. She doesn't get pulled into drama. And I kind of love that we also have the Ace of Wands that's sparking probably new ideas, new epiphanies, and even the world. Hello, next chapter. All right. Let's bring in the crystal vision. That went awful quick. Let's bring in the crystal vision, and I'm not going to clarify everything because I don't feel like we need to. Um, but we'll see. You know, like the Ten of Swords. I feel like you already know what that would mean. You know what I mean? So again, it really is like dagger after dagger in the back. But I have to say also, I feel like in the Ten of Swords, our energy, like we become submissive to it. It's almost like becoming comfortable in the uncomfortableness. But that's not how your soul wants to live. And I know that's not how you want to live. And someone just may have had their hooks deeply into you. But now, this is like the power to remove them through your intentions. All right. I'm just going to look at the Queen, so the present, and the Six of Wands that crosses it. But that's a good thing. Anything else that wants to come out with that? Okay, well, that's way too much. We'll take what was face up. And we have the Page of Wands again. I have to tell you, I feel like what this is saying is remember that inner youthful spirit and allow it to shine again. You know, you are the seed planter and you do take risks. And we just have to realize that they're not all going to pay off. But the ones that do pay off handsomely. And I feel like what this is saying is don't forget that part of yourself. So I want to look at the Eight of Swords, moving into the Ten of Swords. Three of Cups. Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. And the Unknown card. That would make a lot of sense. This is the High Priestess, but her intuition is cloudy. I can't see. The sun says, uncreate that prison, and I guarantee you, you will see again. You know, I feel like for someone, And by the way, this is not something I'm predicting. This is something that would have already happened. But I do feel like for someone, you may have been dealing with someone who, I don't know, I get the sense that you didn't really trust them at work, which tells me you probably didn't trust them at all. But it feels like you may have wondered about them and someone else. And again, I'm not predicting this. You would already be thinking this. I also get this feeling of someone of my past, and it can be very recent past, who likes to drink. And when they drink, they make stupid decisions. And unfortunately, and I'm saying drinking, but let me just say someone who, in a certain type of energy, seems like they can't control their own energy. Now, in a way, that's an excuse. Or, I guess I would say, then change what you're doing so that you can understand your energy. And I don't think they want to. I think they're more than okay living life the way life is. And I don't feel you are. And for some of you, it's because you're evolving. Many of you, you're evolving. So I want you to consider that and then consider the Eight of Swords. Because as you evolve, you realize you don't need walls to protect you. Your intuition protects you. But this worry, this self-created prison, I feel like is why the High Priestess's crystal ball is cloudy. It's like only peaks a sun can get through, but I can't see the full picture. You know, the bottom line is, I feel like someone didn't treat you well. And I feel like you hung in there. And you hung in there. But I don't feel like anything changed. You may have heard words of someone stating they were going to change, but then you saw no action behind that. This was either karmic or free will. And I'm saying that because I really feel that once you move past this energy, it won't have any effect on you anymore. So this feels like the type of energy where very quickly something new comes in and is like, what? Who? Huh? Who are you talking to? I don't remember them. Of course you don't, because they weren't soul connected. I have a feeling this person's soul connected, though. Because don't forget, right before the Lovers is the Three of Cups, and it's telling you there's a reason to celebrate. There will be a reason to celebrate. It's the energy of joy, laughter. And look at the sun right across from it. That just amplifies that. Unencumbered. Playfulness. Let's look at the Three of Cups. Actually, let me pick these up. I just don't want to overcrowd the table. It's almost like the card was waiting. Six of Swords. Look at that, but it's in reverse. Another six, by the way. So the Six of Swords in the upright is moving on. You got to go back one card to understand what you're moving on from. toxic energy. Toxic to you, anyway. It's in reverse, though. So some of you are just unwilling to move on. Or you're afraid of what is next. Will there be anything next? That's exactly what your spirit guides are saying. Yes, there will be reasons. Not only is there something next, but it's of the light. It's of joy. It's of laughter. It may be of love. And it may be all of those things. But I don't say this very often, but I do feel like certain energy has to be cleared. Because what would be the sense? Let's say this is someone new or soul connected. What would be the sense of it coming in if you're refusing to let go of what's been hurting you? You know, that's the thing. You're the one that's been getting hurt here. All right. The Knight of Swords. Ring, ring. Look at that. On one side is a refusal to move on. On the other side is this beautiful knight coming in on a white horse. Almost like saving the day. Like, here I am to save the day. He's up above the clouds, up above the drama. He's coming from the sun's energy. He or she. It's like your guides are giving you a peek, so that you can consider putting these walls down. Okay. I don't even feel like I needed to look at the Ten of Swords. I know exactly what it is. But let's look at the Lovers. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So, Page of Pentacles. Tell you, I know what it's saying here. This past energy, even if it's current energy, I do feel like it's more karmic, let's say, which means a karmic lesson. For some of you, it has been learning to stand in your own truth. This is not the way I saw my life. But that is because, and I know this isn't everyone, but I do feel like I gave my power away. I tried and I tried and I tried. And Spirit's saying, we know you did. We know you did. But now it's time to let it go. You were learning the truth, but mainly about yourself. Some of you, you're so loving that you want to help, you want to fix, but sometimes you just can't fix people. And sometimes they don't want fixed. So that's what you've been learning. And you know how I know it's karmic? Because every time you learn a karmic lesson, it is like a blessing comes in. And that is what the Ace of Pentacles is representing. It is a blessing. This ace comes in as a seed. But if you nurture this seed, it only grows and blossoms. And by the way, it's being mirrored by the sun. Well, what do you want when you plant a seed, You plant it where the sun's going to be able to reach it. Some of you, I feel like this might be a pre-planned, like a seed that was already predestined, because it is coming over the Lovers. Here I come, just like that night. This literally means it's coming into your physical world. Like, learn the lesson. Understanding that life is a classroom. And our souls know that. Our spiritual being knows that. It's just that our earthly mind hasn't caught up to it. But when we do, and we know, because I love the Page of Pentacles, this is the path of knowledge. So it's a different perspective of looking at the same situation. Okay, so you were my teacher, and my God, did you teach me well. But I learned my lesson. I am breaking myself free, and I am ready for what is next. I feel like as soon as you say that, boom, what is next shows. Six of Cups, interesting. Now, it's interesting because I was about to say, I think I'm going to skip the Nine of Swords because I already know what it is. We know what it is, and move into the Seven of Pentacles. So we get the Six of Cups. That's nostalgia. You remember how I said I feel like some of those seeds were pre-planted? And by the way, this is one of those seeds. This is happy memories. Treasured. This may speak of past lives, soulmate connections that are coming back together. You know, there's no fear in that energy. I almost feel like someone is going to reach out, and it's going to feel like at the exact right time. Well, that, my friends, is called divine timing. And I feel like this person, whether it be love, it does kind of feel like love, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel like they carry healing energy within them. And that's probably why they're a soulmate. Not probably, they are a soulmate. Because soulmates really do help heal like those broken pieces that within us. They don't judge us. So if you told this person this story, they would get it. They would understand it. They wouldn't say, why'd you stay so long? All right, let's look at the sun. Three of Wands. So not already, we're almost done, but you have the threes of December. This is optimism. This is saying to your spirit guides, I know my blessings will come in. In the meantime, I'm just going to be grateful for my life. I'm going to be grateful that I have lights on. I'm going to be grateful for anything and everything. But it really is trusting in divine and in divine timing. And I love that it's coming over the sun. It's like from opening the reading to the end of the reading, your energy has completely shifted. From sadness, fear, submission, into joy, laughter, love, unbelievable things showing up in unbelievable times. Wow. I don't know. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? All right. I feel like this reading went really fast. So I'm just going to ask our guides, are there any other messages for Aries, those intuitively guided, that either I missed or you just want to tell them? Chariot. First of all, card of Cancer. The Chariot is unlimited potential. The Chariot needs your balance, though. It is the balance of the feminine and masculine within yourself, the light and the shadow. It's knowing oneself, knowing one's truth, and knowing that you have unlimited potential, because you do. Hello, Emperor. Your major arcana. I always love it when your major arcana shows up in a reading. I just feel like it adds even more power. The Strength card. And then look at this, the Sun again. Interesting, we have double Leo right there. And Leo right there. So we have a lot of Leo in the reading. The Emperor. This is someone who has been through it. They have been through it. Like they were the Page of Wands. I do feel like it's you, or it's someone you're about to meet. And if it's someone you're about to meet, this is good news, because it means this is someone that you can look up to. This is someone that you will respect, and they will respect you. Don't be afraid of going into something, saying like, but I'm broken. They don't care. They've been broken. That's the thing with the Emperor, right? Methodical, compassionate, seed planter. Plant those seeds. Even the Strength card coming out, which is an 8 over the 8 of Swords. Your strength, your power, the things that you have overcome, the lessons you have learned, and the new beginnings that you allow. You are moving towards the sun, and that's that. I would say put these cloudy days behind you. It simply started with you connecting to above, or let's say you're like, I don't know how to connect to above. You're simply saying to divine, like, I want love. Yes, I want love, but I want a high vibrational love. And divine would say back to you, my dear, I need you to be in the same vibration that you're asking for. And we're sending you all the supportive energy we can to help you close the chapter, so that this new chapter that's opening up in the sun's energy can open. Fear, yesterday's news. Joy, celebration, love, and it physically coming into your world with the sun mirroring it, that is your future. 3 of Wands, it may not have come in yet, but I trust divine. I trust in divine timing. And I know it will come at the perfect time. And the rest, I let go of. And I think I'm going to leave it there. This feels like a short reading for me, but I feel like it's complete. So I'm going to let it be. I love you guys. I thank you. I hope you can see the beauty, even though it was quick, at least for me, on this channel. Yeah, others, it may still be a long reading, but I really hope that you can see, like even the lovers mirroring the sun, and then the Ace of Pentacles coming out, telling you it's coming into your physical world. The past has got to be the past. It's no longer serving you. And you have a right to live a happy life. But you have to make those choices. I'm telling you, your energy is going to be magnetic. You're attracting. And now, think about your vibration. I'm not saying try to be perfect because that's impossible. But being clear about what it is you want and knowing what it is you do not want. Sometimes that is the lesson. I now know what I don't want. Check mark. Karma cleared. Now the reward. Now the blessing. And so it begins. And so it begins. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.